Board and ask Christian Sampson call the roll.
Councilman Alden, Councilman Tress,
Here.
Councilman Charles, Supervisor St. Lawrence.
Here. I'd like to ask Deputy Supervisor Withers to lead us in the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Since we have some executive session, I will do public participation first today. So anybody in the public would like to speak, raise their hand.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Melissa Hess-Gilardi. I live at 6 Eros Drive in Airmont, New York. I'm here today to ask you to please step aside, Mr. St. Lawrence. Our community is so divided. Our taxes are going through the roof. The longer you stay in office, the less gets done. We need you to actually do what you say. If you care about this community, step aside. You're a polarizing figure, and our neighbors are at war with each other because of your policies. I'm asking you politely, for the good of the town, to please step down.
Thank you. Thank you.
Gilardi, G-E-L-A-R-D-I.
Okay, anyone else? Come right up.
Philip Carney, C-A-R-N-E-Y, Airmont, New York. I'd like to second what was just brought forward, as we need a government that's trustworthy, that we can rely on, and the way it stands now, I'm wondering if the business that's being conducted between now and whatever transpires in court may be cronyism, where appointments are made to people that you may owe favors to, or give raises to. My other question being, I see on the agenda today, there was a proposal put forward for a police officer to go for training, which I'm all for. But in the past, the training, I saw the last meeting where you approved 5 officers to go upstate New York for 5 days or 4 days, and they were already up there. I'm wondering why. Why is business conducted in that fashion where you're asking taxpayers to go along with the way you're handling things right now? I understand you're under a lot of pressure. No doubt about it. I'd probably be stressed out myself. But therefore, that's why I'm asking for you to step down.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Come right up. Next.
Camille Saunders. I live in unincorporated Ramapo, where anything goes. I'm asking you, as everyone else did, to step down. You have divided our community. It's going to take years to repair the damage that you have done to our community. I don't know if you're aware of this, but you are the butt of everyone's joke in this community. Wherever you go, there isn't a nice thing to say about you. The only people that care about you are your buddies. I'm asking this board, if anyone has the guts to get up and say, he needs to go. He destroyed our town. You destroy, our taxes are beyond, I retired with a great income. I'm getting to the point where I can't even afford to pay the taxes anymore because of you, because of all the things that you've destroyed in our community. You control everything, including our police department. The last time we were here, you had your buddies here that were intimidating every woman in the room, but yet nothing was done about it because their hands were tied because I'm sure you told them, leave my people alone. But if we did that, we would have been carried out of here. Next time that happens, I'm calling the state police because you don't control the state police. You only control and I have the utmost respect for the Ramapo police. I come from a police family. I respect all policemen. But you, I have no respect for. You are lower than low. To sit in office after what you have done to our community, like I said, you are the butt of everybody's joke. You just don't get it. You should wake up and get the hell out of here, because none of us taxpayers who pay for you to sit your butt in that chair don't want you here anymore. Sorry if I went over my minute.
Thank you. Come right up.
It's Robert Romanowski, 183 Maple Avenue, Muncie. I just want to talk about a couple of issues. First, there's an issue had here with the fire inspector and the former fire inspector not doing the proper inspections. He had signed an agreement with the town admitting to what he did, and now it's time to do things to see that this doesn't happen again. What I'd like to suggest to this board is that you buy either a body camera or a GoPro camera and have the fire inspectors have these cameras with them when they're doing the inspections. That way, we'll see exactly what is going on in each of these buildings, and we'll see, know what they're inspecting, and we'll know exactly what the story is, so there won't be any questions on the inspection. It also could help the fire inspector in a way that after he left, if alterations are made, that will be seen with the recording too, and the board has to come up with some kind of policy as to how to handle these recorded inspections, whether weekly, you download the information off the card onto a computer, or you place the card in the cameras every week and save them so you have a record of the inspections. The next thing I heard this morning that Legoland is going to be moving up and building in Goshen, New York.
Thank God.
And no, we might have had that here in Ramapo, but given the situation here with an indicted supervisor, I don't think that Merlin Entertainment would be interested in bringing Legoland here to a town that has an indicted supervisor. So, you say you try to do things for the town of Ramapo. At this point, I feel you still being in office is hurting the town of Ramapo. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Romanowski. Motion to close the public participation. Moved by Deputy Supervisor Withers, second by Councilwoman Charles. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, carries unanimously. Number one on the agenda is police matters. So, Chief?
Morning.
Good morning, Chief.
The first item I have is request for authorization for one officer to attend the scales calibration in Syracuse, New York, June 13, 2016.
Moved by? Charles. Councilwoman Charles, seconded by Councilman Tress. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, carries unanimously.
The next item will be tuition reimbursements for, the first one will be for Detective Sergeant Corbett.
Okay, item C will be an executive session item. That's the contracts for the chief and the captains. Okay?
Okay.
So the next is the tuition reimbursement for Detective Sergeant Brian Corbett. Moved by? Councilman Ullman, seconded by? Councilwoman Charles. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, carries unanimously. Chief?
Next item is tuition reimbursement for Police Officer Thomas Caro.
Moved by? Councilman Ullman, seconded by Councilman Tress. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, carries unanimously.
And the third thing is a request for tuition reimbursement from Sergeant Michael Higgins.
Moved by Deputy Supervisor Withers, and seconded by Councilwoman Charles. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, carries unanimously. On the question?
Who keeps track of the cap that they shouldn't reach over the cap? Is that done by your department, or is that done by us?
It's not done by the police department.
So I guess finance.
Part of the
may also-
finance
so we'll have to make sure finance.
That they're not going over
Can you
the...
speak up so we can hear you?
So we will have finance give updates as to what the balances are for each officer.
I don't
because
need an
there's a
update, I
cap.
just want to make sure before the meeting that they're...
Okay.
keep track.
All right, so the other items, Chief, that you have on your agenda are all executive session, correct?
Correct. That's all I have.
Okay. All right, so item number 2, acceptance of the minutes from our April 27th meeting.
Charles?
Moved by Councilman Charles, seconded by Councilman Ullman. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, carries unanimously. Item number 3 on the agenda, Town Attorney, Mr. Klein.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor, members of the board. The first resolution is the settlement of a claim. This involves a Mr. Edelstein. His vehicle struck a town highway department vehicle, and this is accepting the reimbursement amount of $6,987.
Moved by Deputy Supervisor Withers, seconded by Councilman Tress. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, carries unanimously.
The second resolution is somewhat similar. This settles a claim that the town has against a driver that damaged a guardrail. Based on the memorandum which is attached, it's our recommendation that we accept $2,500 in settlement of that guardrail claim.
Moved by Councilman Tress, second by Councilman Ullman. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, carries unanimously.
The next resolution is based on the recommendation of Mr. Shedler, our assessor, for the retention of Dominic Zagaroli as a real estate analyst to assist the assessor's office and the Board of Assessment Review as an independent real estate analyst.
Moved by Deputy Supervisor Withers, seconded by Councilwoman Charles. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, carries unanimously.
We have one tax surcharge settlement on this morning's calendar. This is for a property owner on Neal Road. This is a partial exemption due to a clergyman's residence.
Moved by Deputy Supervisor Withers, seconded by Councilman Tress. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, carries unanimously.
And finally, this is a resolution which amends a resolution that the town board passed quite some time ago. There's a town sewer line which is going to be constructed through railroad-owned property. The railroad indicated that they will consent for the construction of the sewer line, but they want an annual rental fee of $700 a year paid. Based on a prior developer, the prior developer had offered to pay that rental fee. That property has since been sold. The new developer has asked that the town assume that responsibility because it is our sewer line and we are responsible. We have worked out an agreement based on the discussions with the town board previously where the current developer will pay the first 10 years of rental and then the town would assume the cost after that. So that's the nature of the resolution which is before the board.
Because they're fixing the sewers down the road.
What is it, what is the money going for?
The rental basically is for our use of a town sewer line on property owned by the railroad. So that would be a rental fee to be paid to the railroad for use of their property, which they do not have to permit us to do, absent a taking. So previously, we've been working, the sewer line ultimately benefits the residents and the developments in that area, but the sewer line is a town responsibility. So this is kind of a compromise where we will ultimately assume its responsibility, but for the first 10 years, the developer will assume that rather modest cost.
Okay. Thank you. Moved by? You want to move that, Mr. Tress? Moved by Mr. Tress, seconded by? I'll second that. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Carries unanimously. Next, is that it for?
That's it.
Okay.
Yes.
Next item is personnel.
He came, I want to meet first. We have to executive session.
Do you want to do that in executive session? Yeah. We're going to do that.
No, Lampoy, we can move now. The new guy is going to be first.
Okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We're reversing the order of that's printed on the agenda. C and D are going to become A and B. A and B are going to become C and D.
Which one is Mr. Lepori?
Mr. LaFori is going to be C.
C and D.
Yep, C.
Okay, so we'll do C and D, and A and B will be in executive session. Yes,
My suggestion is to leave the numbering the same.
yeah. We'll just leave the numbering the same. All right, so let's go right to 4C. All right, so we'll do that after the executive session. Okay? Is that all right with you, Counselor? Okay, so go right to E.
E is a reclassification of the position of public information assistant that is being reclassified to senior clerk practice.
Moved by Deputy Supervisor Withers, seconded by Councilwoman Charles. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, carries unanimously.
F is a resolution to appoint Tara Wanamaker to the position of senior clerk practice effective May 28th.
Moved by Deputy Supervisor Withers, seconded by Councilwoman Charles. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, carries unanimously.
And the last, that is an agreement with Partners in Safety to take over our third-party administration for drug and alcohol testings for our DOT testing.
Moved by Deputy Supervisor Withers, seconded by Councilwoman Charles. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, carries unanimously.
And that's it.
Okay. In finance, yeah.
Finance. We have an amendment to the budget for John Sherman's office.
Okay, moved by Deputy Supervisor Withers, seconded by Councilwoman Charles. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, carries unanimously. Item number 6, purchasing. Mona?
Thank you, Mr. President. I ask for the acceptance of technical meetings for the 2016 celebration of the Pride.
Moved by Deputy Supervisor Withers, second by Councilman Tress. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, carries unanimously.
G is the acceptance of purchase of calcium hypochlorite tablets. Have that listed in the resolution.
Moved by Councilwoman Charles, second by Councilman Tress. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, carries unanimously. Okay. Okay, so so that's the end of our regular agenda, so we'll have a motion to go into executive session.
Mr.
Moved by-
Supervisor, just to
Yeah.
be clear, the executive session items all relate to either union contract discussions, personnel contract discussions, or the status of pending or threatened litigation. Those are the items that are on the agenda that we're intending to discuss in executive session.
Okay, moved by Councilman Tress, second by Councilwoman Charles. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, carries unanimously. Okay, we're in executive session. Charles, second by Councilman Tress. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, carries unanimously. Okay, after our executive session, we had 4 items that were still left on the agenda. One is to appoint a fire inspector. Moved by Deputy Supervisor Withers, seconded by Councilwoman Charles. And
1 second.
that is 4A. 4A. Yep.
Sorry, thank you.
And that was voted unanimously.
Yes.
The next was 4B, appointed deputy building inspector.
Charles?
Moved by Councilman Charles, second by Councilman Tress. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, carries unanimously. Item 4C is establish a position of assistant fire safety inspector.
Charles?
Moved by Councilman Charles, second by Councilman Tress. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, carries unanimously. And then 4D,
C, establishing a position?
yes. That's what we're doing right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Charles?
Charles and Tress.
Charles and Charles.
Okay.
And D is to appoint assistant fire safety inspector. Moved by Deputy Supervisor Withers, second by Councilwoman Charles. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, carries unanimously. And with that, a motion to adjourn.
Charles?
Moved by Councilwoman Charles, second by Councilman Tress. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, carries unanimously. We're adjourned. Thank you all very much.